Clyde and welcome to my Chrome Christmas workshop. In this workshop I'm going to show you how to create beautiful Christmas designs using your Chrome pigment powders. I really hope you enjoy it, so let's get started. Hi everyone, so in this workshop I'm going to be creating Chrome Christmas designs. So I have already prepared my 3 tips, and as you can see I've already done the chrome on these 2, and we are going to be doing a half chrome on this central tip, okay? But I just wanted to show you first of all how to apply your chromes. So I've got another tip here that I have done my 2 coats of gel polish. So if we were doing this on a client, we will have done our prep, our base, and then our 2 coats of gel polish. And I'm using black because it reflects your chrome pigment really, really well. So I'm now going to go in with my top coat, and this is a no wipe top coat, and I'm going to give it a really nice even layer, okay? So you don't want any dust, fluff or debris whatsoever in this top coat layer. So I'm just going to pop that in the lamp for a cure. Now, the best bit of advice I can give you with regards to chromes is when you put them on, you need to make sure that your nail is nice and warm, okay? So don't let it cool down. You need to make sure it's nice and warm so that you can get that chrome powder in there. So chrome powders tend to come with these like makeup sponges, but I find that using my finger works just as well. So this has now come out of the lamp and it's really nice and warm, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of my pigment onto my finger and I'm going to rub it all over the nail. Now if this was cold, it wouldn't go into that top coat, okay? So just going around the whole of the nail, making sure I've capped that free edge, that we've gone down those what would be side walls and around that cuticle line. Okay, so I've literally just put on my powder. I'm just going to pop the lid on there, and then I'm going to rub over and be really firm with it, and this is called burnishing. So I'm literally polishing up, if you like, this chrome powder. Now if we didn't have a smooth surface, our chrome would pick up any nicks, divots or any imperfections in that top coat, okay? So now I've burnished that, I'm just going to dust off with a dusty brush, and that is now ready for my top coat. So that is how to apply your chrome to the nail. So that is exactly how I have done these 2 chromes here. So this is a rose gold, this is a silvery gold, this is my silver, okay? So then you can go in with your high gloss top coat and seal that chrome in. So that is how we apply our chromes. So I'm just going to top coat this so that I can do something on it a little bit later on, and then go into the lamp for a full cure. So that's exactly what I've done with the tips that I've pre-prepared for this workshop. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in the lamp. So the reason I haven't done my middle nail is because we're going to half chrome this, okay? So I'm just going to take this off. I'm not going to do a full chrome, I'm just going to do a half chrome. So what I want to do, I'm going to wipe off that inhibition layer, make sure that there's no tacky layer on there whatsoever, and just let that evaporate. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of my top coat down onto my palette, and I'm going to use my gel brush and just create a line coming across the center horizontally on this nail, okay? Making sure that it's nice and straight and get it as crisp as you possibly can. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit higher. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the brush from my bottle and just cover the rest of this half of the nail with my gel polish top coat. Okay, so you can see there we've got half and half. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp for a cure. And then when it comes out, I'm going to pop my chrome into that half of the nail. So I'm just going to get rid of this because we don't need that now. And then when this comes out, again, I'm going to use my finger to go into my chrome and then pop it on, making sure that it's nice and warm when it comes out of the lamp. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this chrome powder and burnish that into that bottom half where we have put our top coat. So again, making sure we go down the sides, and because this is on the free edge, making sure that we take it all the way to that free edge, and then rubbing it in, burnishing it, pushing it down into that polish, and then removing any excess with my dusty brush. So now I'm going to go in with a folded lint-free pad with a little bit of gel residue wipe-off solution, and I'm just going to rub over this line just to make it a little more crisp. It doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. Okay, allow that to evaporate. So you can see we've got a bit of a fuzzy line here, but I want that line to be crisp. So again, I'm going to go in with my top coat, take it up to that line and then pull it back just to seal in that chrome. Making sure that that top coat is really nice and even, so we get a nice even cure when we go into the lamp, and again not forgetting to cap that free edge. So I'm going to pop that into the lamp now for a full cure. So while that one's curing, we're going to crack on with the designs on the rest of the other two nails. So I've got my rose gold nail and I've also got my gold nail, and we're going to create a different effect on here. So I'm going to put a really elegant reindeer on this nail. So I'm going to go in with a white gel polish and just pop that down. This is a normal gel polish, okay? And then I'm going to grab my phantom brush from Crystal Nails and I'm going to pop the first part of my reindeer shape in. So I'm going to start with a circle, and we need to make room for the antlers, okay? So obviously bear that in mind when you're popping this first shape in. So it's slightly off center, which is what I want, and then making sure that these edges are really nice and crisp. So I'm now going to bring this round and pop the neck in, creating that curve, and then bring this down straight to the free edge of the nail. And then I'm going to fill this in using a really light feathering motion, and also making sure, as always, that we cap that free edge. And I'm also going to put in the nose of my reindeer. Like so. Okay, so before I go any further, I'm going to grab my clear acrylic powder. And I'm also going to grab a tip. So I haven't yet cured this gel. And I'm going to flock this reindeer. So this is going to add texture, which is going to be a contrast to our chrome, which looks really, really effective. So as the gel soaks up this acrylic powder, it is going to swell slightly. Okay, and now I'm going to pop that in the lamp for a full cure. So while that's in the lamp curing, I'm just going to pop this to one side. I've got my half nail back out, and I'm going to get a little bit of gel residue wipe off solution, fold it on my lint-free pad and remove that fuzzy line that we created. So now we've got a really nice crisp line on this nail. Okay, so I'm going to pop that to one side because I don't want to do that one just yet, and we are going to go in and create a snow scene on here. So I'm going to use a blue normal gel polish, because when we add in our fine glitter on this one, it's going to keep that blue tone to it, and I want a bit of a contrast here to the rest of the nail. So I'm just going to clean off my brush. Again, I'm using my Phantom brush. I'm going to go into my blue and I'm going to create essentially what is a snow scene. Okay, so I'm just going to come up here along this free edge, making sure we cap it and bring that down at an angle. Again, making sure that our edges are really nice and crisp. And now I'm going to create a tree. So I've loaded up my brush and I'm going to push down and pull up. So again, push down, pull up, and this is going to create the base layer of our tree. Okay, so I'm not going to go any further with that just yet, and I'm going to be using this glitter from Unicorn's Den, and this is Angel Wings from the Christmas collection. So I'm just going to pop that into a triangle tray. I'm going to pop a little bit more in, and then again using a tip as a scoop, I'm going to pick it up and sprinkle it onto that gel polish. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp now for a cure. And then this one is now cured, so I'm going to get a scrubby brush rather than a fluffy brush, because I want to remove all of this powder. So going over the nail, because this gel polish has cured fully, we can be nice and rough with it. And now I'm going to add in my ears and antlers. So I'm just going to go back into this white gel polish and pop my ears in just here. And then also one here. Okay, and then I'm going to create my antlers coming up this way. So I'm going to come here from this ear up, tapering that polish out as I go. So just making sure that that's nicely tapered, and I don't want to add any more detail onto these antlers just yet, because I don't want this product to bleed out, because it is a normal gel polish, okay? So I'm going to go in with my clear acrylic powder again and just dust that over and go in again for a full cure. So this nail has now fully cured, so I'm going to go in and dust that off. And then again, using my brush into that blue and creating my next layer of branches. So just pushing that down and then pulling it up. I'm going to do another layer while I'm here. So each time working up into a point. And I'm just going to pull those right up into the point of that tree. So again, I'm going to grab my glitter and dust that over, and then go into the lamp again for a full cure. And now I'm going to add a little bit detail to my antlers. So again, I'm going to go in with my scrubby brush, remove that excess powder, okay, and then I'm going to use my detailer brush and add my antler detail. Just making sure that we butt it up against the antler that we've already done. Tapering it out so it's really nice and fine. I'm also going to pop one just here, and also this side as well. Okay, so again I'm going to grab my acrylic powder and dust it over again. And go in for a full cure. Now I'm going to use my scrubby brush just to get rid of this excess glitter. So once we've removed that glitter with our scrubby brush, and you can be really firm with it, I'm going to create another tree. So I'm going to come here in the background and pop another tree in just here. Okay, and I don't want to do too much work because I don't want this to start to bleed into one another. So I'm just going to again pop my glitter on top, tap off any excess, and then go into the lamp for a full cure. So my reindeer has now fully cured. So again, I'm going to dust off that excess. And now I'm just going to add a few little droplets of snow. So I'm just using my large dotting tool just to randomly add snow to this design. Okay, and again I'm going to go in with my clear acrylic powder and dust that over, allowing that to absorb in and then going back over it. And that's now going to go in for its final cure. So now I'm going to add to this tree, so I'm just going to dust off that glitter and go in and add my final layer here. So again, pushing down, pulling up, down and up, and tapering it up to that point. Okay, and then I'm going to add a crescent moon in here. Making sure that it's nice and crisp. And then again, going in with my dotting tool and adding in some stars. And then going in with my glitter and dusting over, those last few little bits. Okay, so that's now going to go in the lamp again for a full cure. And then we can grab our reindeer out, give this a final dust off. Like I say, you can be really firm with it, making sure that we remove any of that loose powder. So this is flocked, so this is textured. Okay, so you can see how it's matte against that chrome. It looks really, really beautiful. That contrast is stunning. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and then we are going to do our half nail. So I'm just going to get rid of this and dust off from this excess glitter. And that reindeer really doesn't need a top coat, so you want to keep that difference in textures because it's that contrast with the chrome that we want to create. Okay, so this is our tree nail. Okay, so I'm just going to dust off with a dusty brush. I'm being really firm with it. So we have got our Christmas trees in that glitter, that blue coming through, and then our chrome in the background as well. So we've also got sparkle and chrome on this nail. And that glitter is really well set into that gel polish, so it's going to stay just like our flocking. Super quick, super easy, but super effective. So we are now going to do a snowflake on this nail. Okay, so I'm just going to dust off because I have got a little bit of glitter on there from the other two nails, and get rid of this. So I'm going to do this half and half. So I'm going to use my gold painting gel, and I'm also going to go in with my black painting gel. And this is a great design if your clients are going to be going over the Christmas period with their nails into New Year, because it's not overly Christmassy, and black and gold always says New Year to me. So I'm just going to go in with my ultrafine brush, and I'm going to do this top section first. So I'm going to go into my gold, load up my brush, and then come along this central line. So I'm going on top of the chrome and creating that line all the way nearly to the edge. Not quite. Okay, And then I'm going to come up the centre, letting my brush do the work, and then taper it out. And then I'm going to create a slightly shorter line here diagonally through those two lines that we've just created, and exactly the same on the other side. So we need to make sure that these two lines stop in the same place. And now I'm going to go in, I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to go in with my black on the bottom half. Okay, so I'm going to come along here, right next to that gold that we've just laid down. Along to this edge, and then come down the center, and then diagonally between those two lines. I'm just going to tidy that up ever slightly. Okay, so that's now going to go in the lamp for a cure. So I'm just going to do it for a half cure at the moment, because we do need to add some extra work into it. So I'm now going to add in the detail of this snowflake. So making sure that my brush is nice and clean. And then going into my gold again. And I'm going to create a really simple snowflake. So I'm going to do diamonds to connect these central lines. Again, bringing it out so you've got a nice crisp point. Okay, that one isn't quite crisp enough, so I'm going to go in and just remove that. Allow that to evaporate, and then go again. Okay, and then I'm going to pop in some flicks. I'm going to taper that out. I don't want that to be a blunt edge. So starting at the line and then tapering it out. And doing the same here. Okay, and then doing the same on the top. I'm just going to pull that out so that we've got a 3 point here rather than a 2. But on the shorter ones we want a 2. And then not forgetting this sidewall edge. So I'm now going to pop that in the lamp for a cure. Just a flash cure, just to make sure that that doesn't move anywhere. And then we're going to do exactly the same and mirror that image down on our chrome. So again, I'm going to create my diamond shape. Making sure that my point is really nice and crisp. If it's not, remove it and go again. And then doing our flicks, doing the 3 point on this bottom one, just accentuating that point a little bit more, and then our 2 point on this one. And not forgetting this edge here. So again, mirroring that. Okay, so that's now again going to go in for a flash cure, and then I'm going to grab my dotting tool and I'm going to use my pointy dotting tool for this because I want some super duper tiny dots, because we are going to go into the center of these diamonds here. Okay, cleaning off that dotting tool and doing the same on our black. And then just creating some dots to finish off this snowflake. And then cleaning off our dotting tool again and doing exactly the same on the black half. And that completes our snowflake. So I'm just going to pop that in now for a full cure, which is 60 seconds. And because I want this to be shiny and continuity of the design, I am going to go over this with a top coat, because we didn't top coat our black top half. So we want to be able to make that nice and consistent throughout the entirety of the design. So I'm just going to dust these off again because we've got a little bit of glitter on our reindeer. So we've got these two designs already. So we've got our fluffy glitter Christmas trees or fir trees with our moon. There you go, you can see that there. And our stars. We've got our flocked reindeer on that beautiful rose gold background. And then just waiting for our snowflake to have that full 60-second cure. And then we can go in with our shiny top coat. So if we were doing this on a client, you would obviously make sure that you're not going anywhere near their cuticles or side walls, and also making sure that we cap that free edge. So there's nothing to say that you can't do this snowflake in one colour. I think the split between the gold and the black really does add interest to this design. And again, you can do it in any colourway that you want. And that is our snowflake. So we have our snowflake, half and half chrome. We have our rose gold reindeer with that flocked velvet effect. And we have our glitter fir trees with that night sky with our chrome background. And that completes this workshop. So that completes my Chrome Christmas design workshop. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure you click the like button, and to see any future workshops, please make sure you click the subscribe button and that notification bell. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all soon.